Hello again. We'll be continuing the 2K map build out. As you might see, I've updated to the game version 0.7. So this is the new release, although I've actually been playing on kind of a nightly home build for it ever since we started. Just to review what's being played, that's our list. As you can see, we're on FIRS 5.2. Few additions to the vehicles. Just out of curiosity, I don't really think there are any updates. Anyway, yeah, let's play. So as usual, we're spending ages working out the passenger and tram network, but making reasonable progress, at least on that one. Perhaps not so much on anything else. Fun and games. Where am I? So for those of you not following, there's a long train line up there that goes across. At some stage, there's going to be one here, but any sort of intermediary towns get connected by tram. And the aim is that we connect all the towns and all the primary industries and basically anything that produces stuff. So I'm just thinking, where's next? It's always joyful to stop playing for like half a day and then not have any idea as to what was going on. I think, yeah, so I remember pulling this in. So, well, one of the things I'll need is a gem. So this just does this, which, I mean, it's going to get a lot better now that it gets hooked in with the gems, but we need to extend this properly. So basically come up here and then go off that way. So I think that's precisely what we should do. I'll just build this out and then put down the actual stops and depots. Come on. Yeah, there's already life out here. I think I'm just going to check. Yeah, you should see my keyboard keystrokes, albeit briefly. I don't think I can have them sustained. Just want to make sure they don't get itchy about getting left out. Yeah, doesn't matter. So I could, yeah, just come up this way sort of thing. People, and let's redo our sorting. Obviously, whenever I restart the game, a lot of the stuff doesn't get saved into local store, which I still find a little meh, but such is life. I could possibly work it out. Like I've done two small patches into the code. One is increasing an integer value to the maximum number of allowed vehicles in the game and hotkey. But some of this stuff is beyond my understanding. So there's no town here, and this is connected by trains. Yeah, I don't really know why. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to merge these two. Not that we had to, but I'm going to do it anyway. My Little Sugar. Is that like My Little Pony? Okay, they are not going to like this. Because I kind of have to go through these houses and they're not going to be happy bunnies. In fact, can I? Yeah, I should be able to remove those dudes. Okay, that should make things better. Mm, music's too loud. Should probably, if I kind of push this back a little. Yeah, I know they're upset about the lack of actual. So I can do this. Station. Just gonna do that. Yes, I know. Shut up. Suburban. This was a 3 long. Go away. They'll just get upset for a bit. Okay, so if I now do a slight change, so this is actually going to become part of this, and then Dingo works. Okay, fine brick for something. No, just end of orders, and then come out here, out there, back here. Back. No, 6. Fine brick. Yeah, we need that one. And then people would be able to travel a little more efficiently, one would think. I just want to see one of them go through. And the other thing I want to see is, that's fine. I mean, timetabling gets really done, but no one actually cares. The other thing is that for some reason I kind of did away with all the. No, I don't want the term. Okay, fine. That's obviously new. Okay, trains running. Great. So we continue continue. Honestly, I think we're pretty far down. Like usually the gap is one map's worth of, so like going all the way down here is a bit of an overkill. Okay, let's continue down here then, I guess. Hmm. Then they can turn it around without me blocking the town's things. That's fine. This should be fine. I don't think we actually need that. But it's going to go off that way anyway. That's not a passenger thing. Okay, I could come down about this far and then ignore it for the moment. Come off of it. So, especially just if you're not watching constantly, the self-designated definition of a town being connected is that they get higher than zero number of people, one, essentially dealt with. Now I know why I closed the map. Transported per se. But they get very itchy if I just put the station here, but generally ignore the rest of the town. Um, we had a look in whichever previous session at towns liking, not liking, and I think that's just I think even here it's just because the actual station's out there. That's fine. If it keeps going down, we'll deal with it. And yeah, could do these. I mean, eventually they need doing, but kind of out of scope for the moment anyway. And then do stations, stations, stations. Kind of thinking just to make a turn here sort of thing. Mildly amused that there's an illest ash. Like the grades of illness when it comes to ash. So these are so slow by the modern standards. Some of these lines are very old as well. Okay, where are we? Nope, not that. This. So I'm not going to go any further down at this point because it's out of scope. We do these instead. Yep. Poodle. Poodle City. Good. Um, yeah, yeah. And we are kind of heading out this way. Up at the station there. Or thereabouts. I'll see. But I kind of want to hook it in for both. Or I could just put here, the Vamp Road. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. That will initially do. I said the Vamp Road. It's not really going to revamp itself. No, I do not. Or if I want to put it here, it's absolutely fine. I need a second one. Two will do. Silo. Anyone watching Silo? The sci-fi stuff? I think season 3 is due probably quite shortly, actually. If not, it's like if you're not familiar with Silo, it's another one there. It's not entirely dissimilar from the dystopian nature of Fallout. Just less dark humor and more dark. You know what? This is not actually going to be a beginner station. It's going to be low traffic here. This is a slightly unfortunate layout. Yes, great. Go away. This might be busier, so I'm giving it a little more. So that's, I'll hook these in because there's then nowhere else to go. That's fine. Did I? I did. Can't have junctions. Right, that should cover large parts of whatever's going on around here. We don't start here though. 40. Kind of tempted to play a bit with water. By which I mean something like this. So we'll connect it to the local town. Do that. Do this. And also just kind of come out here. If I do it here, that's actually going to cover a large part of everything. There's a weird thing about docks that they're just large coverage-wise. No, I still do not. Fascinating. What is that? Not really necessary, but fine. People. Yeah, I want this one. Not the most efficient, but hey ho. Did I? I did not. And where do we stand with classifications. So that's all people. It's easy. 74. Almost all of these are medium. So if you haven't been watching, main reason I keep classifying this is because there's no to replace between groups. In a lot of cases, like them being super full, they should not be small, they should probably be large. Same here. And then they kind of get automatically replaced. These are new, that one's not. So like these should probably be small. I'll have to check on a few things because I think not all my replacements are set up properly. So I'll leave that a bit. Yeah, these, okay, this is small, that's fine. And these get replaced to small. Yes, I can live with that. This is all just one type. And these get replaced to large. Good. I kind of expect another few terms I haven't really checked. What's the vehicle list? Like I know that we're not reasonably sure we're not getting any more boats. And I'm reasonably sure we're not getting any more carriages in terms of like 6th generation coal and that sort of stuff. Okay. Um, so because this is a dock, it actually covers large parts of everything. So I don't necessarily need to put down a lot more stations in this particular town. I want this because there's a very large number of hotels here. This is being covered, we know that. I'm thinking that there's no point in having it there. I'm thinking put down, so this will get busy, but it's not so much a problem because boats are always easy to just multiply, really. Come on. Oh, I actually need a jump stop. So on the one hand, do this. On the other hand, go from here to here. Yeah, I do still want to get these done because they're comparatively close. This is silly. Yep, that's the genetic end to transfer bit. That is a lot further here. Okay, fine. Let's kind of go sensibly. One town, another town, another town. Everyone can turn it down all they want. But no depots around here. They work. Okay, that's fine. And we kind of can. So I'm thinking I might not go further down than here. That's fine, because anyone can turn around there and go into a depot and hopefully not go round in crazy circles across the map. Not that our gems would be speeding at 500k an hour or 200 or 300 miles per hour, if you please. Yeah, I said I can't do that. I've done this. No, I couldn't have done this. How big are these? Small, medium. Oh, I don't care. One thing I'm casually curious about is how badly we're doing with overloaded stations, I think. The last time we had 10,000 people at one of them. Nope, not that. 8. Okay. I'm almost certain that these are all, yeah. If you look at the actual terms serving this, okay, how about this? I pin this, come here, don't pin this. Interesting. Okay, so they're kind of busy on one direction, but not the other. So all we're going to achieve by me doing this is that this bunch of people will eventually move elsewhere and they'll just congregate wherever. Where is this anyway? Yeah, in a really poor spot. They're all trying to come either here. Where are you trying to go? Via here, yeah. And then they just kind of break down. But the thing is, like 2,000 people to any station, that just means they've had enough. But here's the thing, when the train shows up, which should be relatively soon, yeah, like, nope, it's not what I want. It's busy-ish, not that busy. And then it leaves. You know what? No idea. It's not full. Yeah, I think all those people came from, but it's still not full. Shrug. Okay, we are here and we're not going any further down because we're not. Well, I could kind of go off that way. That wiggles back of sorts. Mm, there you go. In case. I think that's close enough. Might actually want 2 lines here. Let's do this and then come back, basically. And do another one from here. Just go like that. We have about 20 minutes. As usual. Yeah, they can turn it around there just like they do. And we need to put stuff here. Okay, so if I've definitely done this. Yeah, just kind of do that. Yeah, this is a outstandingly poorly placed station. In fact, that seems I seems to have ignored a lot of these. Right. Fascinating. People actually get off here. Nope. Okay, I should probably. It's again one of those towns that have a very piss poor connection because they get transported. These guys don't. So whoever goes into that town, Greenland Zooms, you come from probably here. No, you come from here. Okay. In which case, 2, 3, 4. So it's part of it, but the other part of it is going to be actually stopping here. Obviously mixing it up. So how's this? Comes from Taboo. After Taboo, should go to drive west. The drive west, it should go to the rooms. Yeah. So the second stop should be the stores, and then the rooms. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to get a whole of more of these because it's going to get busier. Okay, that's kind of sorted. This is actually sorted because it stops here. It's just that we probably need a lot more of these guys. I'm kind of thinking, I don't think it will make bleep all difference, but what if I double? I wish there was a copy paste. Hmm. Obviously, that's not going to fly, is it? Ugly. and the deeper is there. So what I would want is just this. Yep, that was a mighty stupid idea of me, because these guys have to go all the way around. Are you actually stopping here? Come on. I think that place is going to get obscurely busy. In fact, yeah, see how it goes. How's the map looking here? Okay, so there's stuff to do. I'm going to build this off. It's not going to get bridged quite the usual way. If they can turn, then they can do their thing here. It's not really a beauty contest anyway. And then these are very small. They're going to get very busy. It's just annoying because you can't move within groups from here and then trying to fish this out. Yeah. You can't drag and drop. So 2 after second come here and then come back here. I can always add a few more. History of Bleepall, outstanding. Well, it is outstanding. So we have 10 odd minutes. Kind of tempted to start hooking these in. Yeah, that wasn't necessary. Oh well. More turning room. I've done all this. Like, good actually. Just come up in there. Sorry. Someone sneezed. This is being actually covered, which is good. Yeah, this is such an obscure station. I kind of still don't know why I did it. I still don't know why I did it to the extent that I'm going to undo it. Hacks. Delete. I think I did it because I was thinking maybe put the boat here or something, but it's just no point. Why? Back. Oops. Nope. Okay, so that actually covers the railway stations. And we were generally hmm, I know I kind of have an idea as to where we were. I'm more thinking about where we should continue. I'm thinking probably here-ish. So we actually have a somewhat limited time left. Okay, this is not optimal. This is not optimal either. Why is this done so stupidly? Yeah, I know. Okay, I shall put this down and this. And that's almost it. Because we're a little out of time. Okay, that is 55 minutes. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed it. Any comments, interjections, please do. And I shall see you the next time. Hey, almost Christmas. Bye bye.